o yung track na TVL, ito yung pagka-graduate ay pwede na magtrabaho or maging entrepreneur. Pwede din naman, so same with sports and arts design, so agri-fishery, home economics, ICT, industrial arts, TVL, and maritime. So ito yung mga subjects na, ito yung mga courses na pwede nila tracks para rather na iti-take ng mga bata pag-take nila ng kanilang senior high school. Okay, so I hope that parents understand this para alam nila na hindi sila mabibigla, ano na to, bakit nagkaganito, bakit to, ganito ang kinukuha mo. So, it depends on the curriculum na ibinibigay ni DepEd. Okay, so what are the features of K-12 curriculum? Of course, kaya nga kindergarten to grade 12, K-12. So it will strengthen the early childhood education, kaya may universal kindergarten. So lahat required na mag-take ng kindergarten. Okay? Making the curriculum relevant to learners. Ito yung sinasabi kong contextualization. So depende, alangan naman po ang lugar ng inyong anak ay nasa agricultural land or kaya ay pangingisda ang pinamumuhay ng mga tao. And of course, ang attack ng mga teachers dyan is something to do with yung interest ng mga bata, the needs of the student. So, para makatulong din sila sa kanilang lugar. Okay? So, it is contextualized. Kapag mga indigenous people, sa indigenous people, so ganun din yung ganun din yung ginagawa nila. Okay? So, naka-contextualize din siya. Okay? Ensuring integrated and seamless learning. So, spiral progression. I already mentioned this one. So, naka-spiral progression na rin po. So, nagbasa lang ako ng comment. Masyado daw ako sa kamay. Okay? Okay, so building proficiency through language o mother tongue. So, kung mapapansin nyo, baka magulat kayo, magtuturo kayo ng anak nyo grade 1. Ano to? Bakit yung mother tongue na subject? Yan. Kasi part na po siya ng K-12 curriculum. So, yan po ay para maging multilingual or ma-enhance yung multilingual education sa K-12 curriculum. Okay? So, kaya may mother tongue. So, kapag kayo ay sa lugar nyo ay meron kayong sariling dialekto, yun po yung inyong mother tongue, tapos Filipino, tapos English. Okay? So, multilingual education. Gearing up for the future, of course, that's why we're offering the senior high school. Okay? So, kasi para nga pag-graduate nila, pwede na silang mag-work. So, para kasi sa US, ganyan, pag-graduate nila ng basic ed, pwede na silang magtrabaho. So, the same din yun yung aim natin sa K-12 curriculum. Now, nurturing the holistically developed Filipino, of course, ito yung nabanggit ko na students must be, or the graduates of K-12 curriculum have or achieve the 21st century skills. They already attained these skills. Okay, so take note, kaya nga sinabing enriched curriculum, so ibig sabihin may mga integration o may mga idinagdag sa curriculum para mas applicable sa global needs. Okay, so the first one is technology enhanced. So there are already enhancement or integration of technology in the curriculum. Updated na rin, may mga integration na rin ng current issues. Actually, yung DRR or disaster risk reduction is already included in the K-12, in the senior high school curriculum. Tapos, may mga climate change. We are teaching that in our students. So, yung mga pag-weigh ng mga fake news, yan, para malaman yung mga fake news, o kailangan ba natin ito i-share, o paano ba natin i-discuss yung mga ganitong bagay, dinidiscuss siya sa enriched curriculum. Gradually din, of course, this is very important. Kaya nga, kailangan balance din naman. So it is not really about just the content or the skills that we need to learn, but also, kaya nga meron na rin edukasyon sa pagpapakatao kasi it should be value-laden also, the enriched curriculum. And of course, last but not the least, is to develop the 21st century skills of the students. So, ano ba itong mga 21st century skills na sinasabi? Kasi pag kayo na po ang magtuturo sa mga bata, ito dapat yung kailangan nating ma-develop sa mga students o sa mga bata, sa mga anak po natin. Kaya nga, it is not advisable that if a teacher sends you module or mga online learning activities, hindi maganda na ang parent ang sasagot. What are you going to do as a parent is just to assist your children. Kasi otherwise, you are defeating the purpose of a acquiring the 21st century skills. So, ibig sabihin, ang nangyayari, si nanay at si tatay ang nagkaroon ng 21st century skills, hindi po yung mga anak natin. Pero pwede din naman, no? Maganda, kayo pareho na-acquire ng 21st century skills. Because dati, ang technology natin is yung mga typewriter lang and the basic computer like that. That this time, we're going to have technology skills na involving the use of internet, and you're going to have applications, different applications that you need to download and then upload videos and whatsoever. These are technology skills. Information and media skills are very important kasi very exposed ang mga bata sa social media. So that's why it is very important that we teach our students with this kind of skill para alam nila ano ba yung mga applications or mga websites or mga nasa information sa internet, sa social media na sa tingin ko ay relevant naman to. Relevant ito po sa akin. So, kailangan mo to. So, we need to teach the children this kind of skills. So, information media. Pag sinabi po natin information media and technology skills, hindi po to yung skill na pumipindot-pindot lang sa iPad or sa laptop. Hindi po yun. Ang sinasabi natin dito is how are they going to weigh information? How are they going to use or apply the information or the skills para sa improvement ng society? That's INT, okay? When we talk about learning and innovation skills, that's why we are teaching our students with critical thinking, yan, yung mga ganun. So, meron akong notes about that. So, you have critical thinking, of course, may research skills din na tinuturo sa mga bata. Creativity, of course, curiosity, imagination. So, lahat yan ay kailangan ma-imbibe or ma-achieve ng mga bata bago sila gumraduate ng K-12. Okay? So, dapat marunong na sila mag-research, marunong na sila mag-innovate, mag-imagine, paano kaya ako i-improve tong bag ko in such a way na hindi masyado mabigat pag binitbit ko. Okay? So, that is innovative skills. So, na ano yung imagination nila, yung skills na creativity, critical thinking. Okay? Paano kaya ako makakatulong sa society ko amidst COVID-19 pandemic? Paano kaya makagawa kaya ako ng isang mask na makakatulong para hindi basta-basta magta-transfer yung virus like that, okay? So, may mga innovations na may isip na I hope that these skills ay ma-develop sa ating mga estudyante, sa ating mga anak, rather. Effective communication skills, of course, this is very important kasi nga naka-social media na tayo, and if you're not a good communicator, you will be misinterpreted, okay? Kaya nga minsan, di ba, may mga tao na kapag nag-post, nami-misinterpret sila, it's because they are not good communicator, hindi effective yung kanilang communication skills. Or may mga sinasabi sila na nami-misinterpret sila, it's because hindi tama yung approach nila doon sa tao. So that's why it is very important that they have this kind of skill, the effective communication skills. And of course, the life and career skills, this is very important. This skill is very important kasi nga, itong nagkaroon ng pandemic, nasa bahay lang, di ba? That's why tinuruan ko yung anak ko na magluto, maglinis ng bahay, ganyan, maglaba, kasi these are life skills na kailangan nilang malaman. Okay, these are yung mga, kaya nga, ang challenge din sa mga teachers is to prepare learning materials or learning activities for the kids na magagamit yung mga materials na nasa bahay. Okay? Mahirap din yung trabaho ng teachers. I do not know if you can see this. So, what's inside? So, naiintindihan na natin what's curriculum, ano ba yung, bakit ba nagkaroon ng K-12 curriculum and all. Ito po, pinapakita ko is a sample curriculum guide ng science. Take note po, bawat subject, merong curriculum guide. Okay, so let's say merong 8 subjects ang anak nyo, may 8 na curriculum guide na kailangan nyo sundan. Kaya lang kasi may binago na doon sa learning competencies, kaya nga may MELCs, mamaya didiscuss ko yan. Okay, may mga learning standards. Diba pag sinabi nating standards, there is a certain, there is established standard, ano ba yan? May established something na binigay ng Department of Education. I have note for that. Okay? So, these are standards na kailangan sundin ng mga bata, okay? So, standards something that is established. Okay? Establish, I'm looking for the word. So something that is established by an authority. So sa atin, sa case natin, Department of Education yung ating authority. Okay? So kailangan magkaroon. These are concise, written descriptions of what students are expected to know and be able to do at a specific stage of their education. So kung halimbawa, K-12 science, merong pinaka-core learning area standard on science. So meaning to say, at the end of the K-12 curriculum, eto na yung lahat ng mga skills na na-develop dapat ng mga bata na graduate ng K-12. Okay? Pag sinabi naman natin key stage standard, ito yung from grade kindergarten to grade 3. Ito na to. Halimbawa, sa mathematics, sa curriculum guide ng mathematics, so kindergarten to grade 3, dapat by that time, marunong nang mag-subtract, mag-add, mag-multiply, mag-divide ang bata after ng grade 3. Bago niya pala matapos ang grade 3, dapat na-acquire na niya yung mga skills. No, kaya nga po, parents, it is not really advisable that you are the one who will answer the learning activities that will be sent to you. So it should be the student, your kids. Ang task niya talaga is just facilitator. Kung may mga questions lang o may mga agam-agam o nalilito yung bata, dun lang siya tuturuan. But in the actual assessment, hindi pwede na kayo yung magsasagot, okay? Kasi dapat yung mga bata. Kasi ang purpose natin dito, performance-based kasi ang K-12. So, dapat nagpa-perform yung mga bata, sila mismo yung natututo, na-acquire nila yung competencies na kailangan nila. Grade level standards naman, pagka-graduate naman nila ng grade 5 o kaya ng grade 7 or grade 10, ano na yung, na pag tinake nila yung grade 8 science, ano yung kailangan nilang naintindihan na. So, bawat stage, merong mga learning standards na kailangan ma-attain yung mga bata. Okay? Next. Ito po yung sinasabi ko na spiral progression. Dati po, ang lessons natin nung tayo po ay nag-high school or nag-elementary, naka-discipline based po. So this time, this is a very different curriculum kasi sa first quarter, let's say chemistry, matter po yung dinidiscuss, and the second quarter, living things and their environment. So ang dinidiscuss na dito is biology. Pagdating ng third quarter is more of physics, force, motion, and energy. And then you have earth and space ng fourth quarter. So iba na yung attack natin dito sa ating lessons. Pagdating natin sa K-12 curriculum, very much different. Pagdating na grade 8, 9, and 10, so of course, the curriculum experts ng science, I thought na itong unahin muna natin yung force, motion, and energy as a continuation of the earth and space ng grade 7, tapos earth and space. So ito pong lahat ng curriculum na po ito ay galing po sa masusing pag-aaral ng mga experts. But of course, every now and then may mga changes, pero very minimal, or may mga addition, or so may mga tinatanggal or alterations doon sa curriculum. But then, ito na po yung pinaka-standard. Kaya nga po standard, ito na yung naka-establish na sa atin na kailangan natin sundin. Okay? Next, sa loob po ng bawat curriculum, ng bawat curricular guide, merong content, may content standards, may performance standards, and learning competencies. Now, what is in content? Sabi ko nga sa inyo, curriculum, its main part is the content and then yung mga learning goals. Okay? So, paano ba na-achieve yung mga learning goals? So, let's say for example, ang topic of discussion is about land and sea breezes, monsoons. Ito po yung famous na lagi nating naririnig sa weather forecast, yung intertropical convergence zone, you have the ozone depletion, and then the greenhouse effect. Pag sinabi po nating content standards, yung content standards po, syempre, nanggaling po siya sa content. Take note po, itong apat na ito, they are related to each other. They are parallel to each other. So, di ba, alam po yan ng mga teachers, parallel po dapat siya. Bago yan mga napapunta sa learning competencies, dapat nanggaling po siya sa pinaka-umbrella na content. Okay? When we talk about content standard, this is the what. Ano ba yung kailangan, essential knowledge na makuha or understanding ng mga bata? Okay, so ito po yung content standards. When we talk about performance standards, this is the how. Paano po gagawin? So these are the abilities and skills ng learners na kailangan nila ma-demonstrate to to check kung naintindihan nila yung content. Okay? That is, that 21st century skills are being integrated. Pag sinabi naman nating learning competencies, ito na yung day-to-day na discussion learning activities ng mga teachers, ng mga bata at saka ng teachers sa school. So, let's say, for example, ito po yung mga madalas niyo pong makita. Okay? Okay. Sa textbook po, describe the different layers of the atmosphere. Yan, nakikita niyo po yan sa mga textbook ng mga bata. Illustrates how some human activities affect the atmosphere. The ozone depletion is included here. Explain how energy from the sun enters the atmosphere, greenhouse effect naman. So ito yung mga learning competencies. So kapag po kayo pinadalahan ng module ng teacher, ng school, dito po pumapasok itong mga learning competencies na to. Okay? Ito yung mga learning competencies na kailangan na ma-achieve or ma-attain ng mga bata sa particular content na binibigay. Okay, na kailangan i-take. Okay? Ngayon, dahil nga we are very much affected with the things that are happening around the world, meron po tayong pandemic, nasa community quarantine po tayong lahat. So, napakahirap na bitbitin yung the traditional classroom na ito, na lahat ng learning competencies na to ay bibitbitin lahat sa bahay, okay? Sa ipagagawa sa bata. So that's why Department of Education, what they did is to have these MELCs. Okay, so what is MELCs? This is the most essential learning competencies. So ibig sabihin lang, most essential. From all the competencies na nakasulat doon sa mga curricular guide, bawat subject, maaring meron silang binawas, may idinagdag sila, or may minerge, wala palang idinagdag, may pinag-merge sila, may tinanggal, or meron silang na-repeat. Okay, why? So that you are going to focus the most essential and indispensable competencies na hindi dapat mawala that learners must acquire as we anticipate challenges in learning delivery. Okay, so ito yung pinaka-importante na kailangan lang munang malaman ng mga bata in this time of a crisis. Okay? Second one is, of course, to lighten the burden. Kasi nga, kung hindi natin babawasan yung learning competence, sobrang dami niyan, and it will be exhausting for the kids. Napakahirap sa mga bata. Imagine if they're going to have 8 to 10 subjects, and then they're going to take it in their school, magpadadala sa kanya, I mean, not school, sa bahay nila, ipapadala sa kanila, and then they have learning activities, tapos, ang iintayin pa nila yung uwian ng nanay or tatay nila para may tumulong sa kanila sa pagsagot. So, that is very mabigat talaga para sa mga bata. So, that's why we need to have these MELCs. Bawasan yung mga learning competencies. I just hope that there is really a decrease in the number of learning competencies sa mga curricular subjects so that hand in hand, we are helping each other para maka-move tayo dito sa pandemic, the effects of this pandemic. Okay. Ito, yung kailangan yung tandaan. It doesn't mean that we decreases the number of learning competencies. We have this MELC. Binawasan natin yung standard. Take note that these are standards. So, hindi natin siya binawasan. We just remove some learning competencies, but the grade level standards are maintained. Okay, so it's still there, yung mga standards na yun, kasi kailangan talaga yun ng mga bata, okay, before they graduate into K-12 program. All learning areas will still be taken, update the learners in all grade levels. Some competencies are merged. Ito yung sinasabi ko, some learning competencies are being merged or clustered. Some are removed or dropped, so tinanggal, and some are retained. Okay, so ito yung mga kailangan natin tandaan. So, mula po doon sa mga standards, so kailangan sana po naintindihan ng mga parents, so from the standards that we have, bumababa siya hanggang sa learning competencies, the content standard, performance standard, and then you have the learning competencies. Lahat ng yon ay nadoon pa rin yung standard, maliban na lang po dun sa learning competencies para konti lang din yung kailangan na learning activities na gagawin ng mga bata. Now, I have this guide to home learning kasi bago ko i-discuss yung mga learning activities, paano ba ibibigay yan ni teacher sa inyo from the curriculum, okay? So you have the different modalities. You are hearing these words, modalities, platforms, and all. So you have this modalities na naririnig nyo every now and then sa mga interviews. Ano ba yung modality? What are the different learning activities and assessment that will be given to your kids? What are the terms that terms that you need to remember as a parent while you are doing the task of being a facilitator of learning, and what is your role as a parent. Okay? If you can still remember, schools send survey questionnaires to you para malaman nila what are the things that you have in your house. So let's say, for example, do you have gadgets? Meron po ba kayo internet connection? If you do not have, at least answer the questionnaire so that, that the schools will be guided and paano ba nila gagawin yung pagbigay sa inyo ng modality or what is the right modality for your kid, depending on the availability of materials that you have in your house. Okay? So kaya napaka-importante ng survey. I hope that all of you answer the survey questionnaire. And this will also help the school in having their flexible learning for your kids. So pag sinabi natin flexible, yung sabihin lang, flexible yung school kasi nga, depende nga dun sa pangangailangan. So, hindi natin pwedeng sabihin na, hindi ko enroll kasi alam mo naman ako bumili pa ng load. Imbis na ibili ko ng load, syempre, ibibili ko na ng pagkain. So, it is not that, hindi lang siya tungkol sa, pag sinabi po kasi natin home learning or remote learning, it is not about something about online and you need gadgets. There are ways in order for your kids to be equipped with different skills. Basta, nandun lang yung will ng parents. Now, ang magiging challenge na nga lang sa mga schools or sa mga teachers are those kids that do not have parents with them that can guide them or kaya may mismatch. Ang bata is grade 10 or grade 9 pero yung tinapos ng parent is let's say elementary but still yung mga learning modules naman na ipadadala ay self-paced. Ibig sabihin kahit walang masyadong guidance, kaya nga self-paced, kayang makasunod ng bata. So maganda yung as a teacher challenge po yun kasi nga kailangan maganda yung pagkakagawa ng learning modules para kahit walang help ng parents ay makakasunod yung bata. Don't worry, kaya meron tayong learning modalities or we have flexible learning. It's because we have the No Child Left Behind. We are into this context that there should no child na maiiwanan, and at the same time nandun yung inclusivity or inclusive education. Kaya nga kaya nga nagiging flexible yung school dapat. When we talk about learning modalities, these are sensory channels or ito yung mga pathways or yung mga daan para yung mga bata ay ma-receive nila or ma-store nila yung information sa kanila or they will be able to acquire the competencies that are required of them. Of course, I put X in the face-to-face modality kasi nga hindi natin to. Ito nga yung ayaw natin, di ba? Kaya nga ayaw i-enroll ng mga parents ang mga anak nila. It's because they do not want to have the face-to-face or the traditional classroom setup. Now, naka-X yan because hindi rin naman siya ina-advise ng Department of Education. But then, excuse me. But then, of course, may mga places din kasi na ina-allow, katulad yung mga nasa liblib na lugar, hindi naman talaga napapasok ng COVID-19 or wala talagang sa kanila, walang lumalabas o pumapasok sa kanila na ibang tao. I think parang doon ina-advise yung face-to-face. But of course, in this time of pandemic, itong nasa ka-quarantine period tayo, I know that we are going to have this 3 modalities na pwede natin sundin. The first one, kailangan para matandaan, it can be online digital. Okay? Pag sinabi po natin online digital, you have the internet and at the same time may gadget po kayo. Okay? So, pwedeng ganitong online digital, magpapadala si teachers ng mga links, ng mga YouTube channel, kung halimbawa may papapanood sa inyo, ang teacher, kung halimbawa yung topic kanina is intertropical convergence zone, may pagpapadala ng links sa teacher ng weather forecast, paano ba dinidescribe doon ng intertropical convergence zone, tapos may mga guide questions na sasagutan. That is online digital. Pag sinabi naman po nating offline digital, ito naman yung may mga gadgets kayo sa bahay, you have cellphone, you have laptop, or kaya meron po kayong iPad sa bahay or tablet, pero wala kayong internet. So, ang tawag po doon sa modality na yon is offline digital. Okay? So, depende po ito kung ano po yung sinagot nyo doon sa survey. So, pwede kayo ng offline in a way that you will be asking a file from the teacher. Maybe you're going to save it from a flash drive and then you're going to play it in the digital uh, material that you have, or maybe kapag nagka-internet, saka present. Kasi may mga offline din naman po ng platforms. Like Vibal, meron din sila ina-offer na may mga offline platforms or na pwedeng gamitin ng mga bata na i-download lang tapos saka nyo gagamitin na naka-offline. Okay, you can do that. This one is the most popular one, the printed self-paced learning module, kasi even if you do not have internet, you do not have the gadgets and all, you can have still the self-paced learning module. So ito, ipadadala sa inyo. I know I heard from one webinar that I attended, para mangyayari, in one subject, there will be maximum of 8 pages. So kung merong 10 subjects in a week, then you will have the child ay merong 80 pages of learning modules na babasahin or sasagutan. Okay? So, ito para ma-achieve nila yung learning competencies. Okay? Ulitin po natin, parents, and of course, teachers also. So, ito yung mga learning modalities. Depende dun sa learning competencies na MDLCs natin kanina, yung most essential learning competencies, magbibigay ng mga learning activities ang teacher. Ano po yung modality o platform na gagamitin, depende po dito sa mga ito na sinagot yun sa survey. Kaya lang, I heard also that there are some schools na sa public schools that they chose a default learning modality na nila is the module, the self-paced learning, the printed self-paced learning module. Pero may mga iba din namang lugar na ayaw nila because some I heard from my friend, si Sir Nep, hello Sir Nep, ang sabi niya sa lugar daw nila sa Pampanga, mas gusto daw nila is television or radio broadcasting. Yun yung gusto ng kanilang local government. So, well and good, kasi ibig sabihin, parang bibili ng isang station or frequency ang local government, and then they're going to have the announcement there, ano yung mga kailangan gawin ng bata. So, well and good. Because there are, downloaded videos, may mga broadcasting ng videos na recorded, yun, the term is recorded, may mga recorded videos na doon ilalagay sa television and radio broadcasting. Okay, so that's good. So, I just hope that parents understand na ito yung mga different competencies and all, the standards that are being given in the K-12 curriculum. I hope that you understand as parent that there are so many modalities. So sana, ang matitira na lang sa iintindihin ng teachers are those children or kids na talagang walang mga parents na mag-a-assist sa kanila. Okay, so para less na lang din kasi akala niyo lang na madali ang magiging ng role ng teachers kasi as parent kayo ang gagawa, but this is a very different teaching environment also for teachers. Okay, this is a very difficult subject also, a difficult modality also for teachers kasi hindi nila nakikita yung mga bata. And at the same time, it's very hard to give assessment. Very challenging yan. Hindi kasi talaga makikita kung sino talaga yung honest to goodness na magsasagot or magkokopyahan na lang yan. Ang mga bata ipipicturean and then sasend sa ka-classmate. These things may happen, but I just hope na dun yung values na ma-imbibe natin sa mga bata, that it is not actually about the scores, but it is actually about the learning competencies that they need to attain or achieve bago sila makagraduate ng K-12 curriculum. Okay? Now, may maririnig din kayo mga synchronous and asynchronous learning activities. Pag sinabi pong synchronous learning activities, I know for teachers, you already know about this one kasi ilang beses na kaya natin ng webinars. But for the sake of the parents, when we talk about synchronous learning activities, para ito pong ginagawa ko is synchronous, sabay-sabay po kayong nanonood sa akin today or tonight. And this one is an example of synchronous learning activity. It's real-time discussion, collaboration, and it can give you immediate feedback for the kids. Later on, towards the end of the discussion, may mga open forum po tayo mamaya. So I can answer some questions or queries from the audience. And then it is online in nature. Ang asynchronous, it is anytime, anywhere learning, kung kailan o kung saan pwede. And then it is a self-paced learning, so depende kung kailan nyo gusto o kay paano nyo susundin yung pag-aaral din na binigay sa modules. It is a self-paced learning. It can be either online or offline kasi pwede naman na si teacher nag-email, ito yung mga gagawin, or nag-send sa messenger, ito yung mga gagawin. Okay, so ano yung mga example? These are recorded presentations, such as slideshows and videos, modules, activity. By the way, synchronous, pwede din po dyan pumasok yung broadcasting na sinasabi po natin, yung TV and radio broadcasting. Sabay-sabay sila. So let's say nakaschedule ng 7 to 8 yung mga bata ng grade 3. Nakaschedule sila ng 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Tapos, ang grade 4, sila yung 10 to 11. So, yun, as synchronous po yun. Sabay-sabay sila kung TV broadcasting po yung gagamitan. So, it depends on the modality. Naririnig nyo din po yung blended learning and hybrid learning. When we talk about blended learning, it is combination of online and the face-to-face, the traditional classroom. Na hindi na hindi pa ina-advise ang blended, it's because hindi nga pwede yung face-to-face sa panahon natin ngayon. So, mas appropriate gamitin yung hybrid learning. For some, they call it as flexible learning. So, hybrid learning is a combination of the online learning, of course, the activities are being given in online learning. And then if the students have questions to ask for the teachers, they can have online interaction. So, it's more of the hybrid learning. Okay? Now, so sabi ko nga, meron tayong mga MELCs, the learning competencies. The learning competencies are comprised of learning activities and the assessment. Dito, very interested ang mga parents sa assessment kasi gusto nila malaman paano ba gine-gradean ang kanilang mga anak. So they have the learning activities. It can be individual by nature or interactive by nature. And then you have the assessment, or you have the formative and the summative. Pag sinabi po natin individual, of course, ito po yung ginagawa natin self-paced. Okay? Pwede namang interactive kung may online or pwede po mag-group activity yung mga bata. So, pwede po yun na interactive sa activity kung meron po kayong internet. Okay? Lalo na po yung mga research work ng mga bata, they're doing interactive learning activity. Pag sinabi naman po natin assessment, ito po yung paano na tinetest ang ating mga bata, kung naintindihan na po ba nila or na-acquire na nila in desired learning competencies. What are formative and summative assessment? When we talk about formative assessment, ito po yung may immediate feedback. So let's say, for example, ito po nasa baba, formative assessment po yan. May before the lesson, i-check ni teacher, halimbawa, discussion ko is about mass and weight, the difference between mass and weight. Before the lesson, I will ask some questions to the students so that I will know sino ba yung may mga misconception when it comes about the topic of mass and weight. Tapos, during the lesson, so nagdi-discuss na ako, yung pala yun, magkaiba pala yung mass and weight, okay? Hindi pala sila magkapareho, hindi pala sila dapat pinagpapalit ng terms. And then, pag after the lesson, may sit work ako, syempre, para baka naman umuoo lang sa akin, ginugoyo-goyo lang ako as teacher. So, syempre, after the lesson, i-check ko kung naiintindihan ba nila. Okay? So, may sit work ako. So, these are formative assessments. So, pwede yung gawin sa learning activities na isa-send sa inyo ng mga teachers. Ang summative assessment naman can be divided into 3. Ito na po yung grading system, o hinahati ang grading system dito. You have the written work, the performance task, and the quarterly assessment. So, yung summative assessment, minimension niya yung different ways learners use and apply knowledge, understanding, and skills. Dito na po chinecheck yung mga performance standards, content and performance standards na dapat ay na-achieve ng mga bata, na-attain ng mga bata. Okay? So, ito po yan, sa summative assessment. So, again, formative assessment, yun agad. In a day na diniscuss yung lesson, o ginawa yung learning activity, ang tawag po doon ay formative assessment. So actually, alam ko pag-uusapan pa, paano ba natin ibibigay ang summative assessment sa mga bata. Kasi yung mga quarterly exam written works, paano po ba yan gagawin? So showing na hindi sila magkakopyahan, that is very hard. But I think performance task can be done sa bahay talaga. No? Yung quarterly assessment lang yung medyo kailangan na pag-usapan pa. So take note na yan, na itong mga to ay pinag-uusapan na sa DepEd, paano bang gagawin dun sa assessment, sa learning assessment. Then you have the learning management system. So the LMS, maririnig niyo din po itong learning management system. Bakit po kailangan ng learning management system? Ito po kasi mas madali para sa teachers to keep track of their students. For them to know, para mas organized. Kasi ang hirap kasi kay teacher na halimbawa sa isang klase, halimbawa one section Dalton. In Dalton section, may 30 students. Kung ang gagawin ni teacher ay bawat isa isisendan niya ng message. Unlike kung naka-learning management system, ito po yung tinatawag na LMS, in just one post, lahat na po ng mga bata ay mababasa. Kung ang nadoon po sa LMS ay mga parents, isang post lang ni teachers, nakikita na agad yung mga files o yung mga postings ng teachers or announcement ng teachers na kailangan gawin. So, kaya nga every now and then, dapat may yung cellphone nyo, kung text kayo, by text kayo marireach ng teacher, at least active po yung number nyo and same with your messenger. Kasi ito yung mga mabibilis ang pagbigay ng information. Now, ito kasi mas madali, gawa nyo may video conferencing, may real-time messaging, mas madali mag-facilitate, mag-organize para makikita din yung performance ng inyong mga anak kapag merong learning management system. So, there are many types of learning management system. So, Vibal also has this kind of learning management system because this picture, I just got it from the internet. But also, Vibal is also offering this kind of learning management system for the kids, for a certain school, with content na yun. And then you have the grading system. Ito po yung, I do not know if we are going to still to follow this kind of grading system. But, kasi, take note po ha, ang K-12 curriculum, din-sign siya for a traditional classroom setting, the face-to-face modality. So, kaya nga hindi po natin alam if we're going to have this kind. Kaya po, subject for errors pa talaga. Kasi dito tayo sa early stage of applying this kind of modality. Kaya sana ay please bear with the Department of Education, with teachers actually, with teachers kung may mga shortcomings. Same with teachers, maintindihan nyo din naman yung mga parents, especially first time din naman nila na sila yung mag-a-assist sa mga anak nila. So that's why we really need to work hand-in-hand in the system. So kung itong grading system na to ang susundin, kung mapapansin nyo po, for kindergarten, you are going to have just checklist and anecdotal records of your kids. Wala po dyan grades or walang scores. Walang numbers kayo makikita. Just a checklist or portfolio ng mga records ng accomplishment ng inyong kid, ng inyong anak. Pero sa grades 1 to 12, may tatlong components na very important. You have the written works, performance tasks, and quarterly assessment. Kung mapapansin nyo po, nung panahon natin, ang periodical exam ay 25% ng grade natin. So ngayon, dahil nga po content and performance standards po ang sinusunod sa K-12 curriculum, mas malaki po ang component ng performance task. Okay, so ito po yung kailangan yung matandaan as parents. So performance task po yung mataas. So imagine for language, yung mga English, Filipino subjects, AP and EST, 50% po dyan ay performance task ng grade ng bata ay manggagaling sa performance task. Ito yung mga projects nila na ginagawa. Sa science and math ay 40% ng grade nila. But since performance-based ang MAPE, of course, yung kanilang pong mga grades, 60% po ng grade nila ay nanggagaling sa mga performance nila. Transmutated po ang mga grades ng bata. So let's say, ang grade po ng bata nyo ay 0 out of 100. Ang score po niya ay nire-record ay 60. Okay? So ito po yung lowest mark na mag-a-appear sa inyong card. Pero dahil po ngayon ay ina-assist po namin ng mga bata, hanggat maaari, pinupuntahan ng mga teachers sa mga estudyante. Kaya lang po sa panahon na to, hindi naman din pwede natin pakawala ng mga teachers sa community, no? Kasi very prone naman sila sa COVID. So, hindi rin basta-basta pwedeng gawin. So, talagang tulungan po tayong lahat. Now, I am also suggesting that you also check this website. I will no longer discuss this. But in this website, nandyan po lahat yung mga educational videos, mga sample po ng learning competencies or mga learning modules na pwede nyo pong ma-check as parent. Or for teachers also, you can also check this, the DepEd learning materials for school year 2020-2021. Okay. Ayan. And then you have tips, if you are new to homeschooling or from distance learning, ito po yung mga tips na ito na po yung huling slide ko, and then you can have questions after this one. You can have coordinate with teachers as much as possible po, you always coordinate with the teacher so that you know ano po ba yung mga latest or the things that you need to follow bago nyo implement yung lesson or yung learning plans na kailangan. So have a chat with the teacher to learn what is expected of them. And then, set a schedule. You may be following a lesson plan, but it's up to you. Ito nga yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. It depends on you and your child kung kayo gustong magtrabaho or maggawa ng learning activities yung mga bata. If you do have the flexibility, set up times for study and breaks at times at work with your child and family. Huwag niyo naman pong pag nasa school mga bata, may recess po sila. Huwag naman pong from 7 to 12, dire-diretso. So, syempre, may break po yan dapat. Okay? So, set a schedule. Connect with parents. Bakit kailangan nyo mag-connect ng parents? Maganda din po na kung halimbawa may Facebook group kayo or meron kayong learning management system, you will be able to chat with parents also to ask paano po ginagawa po yan. Paano, that is very important also that you establish a strong partnership with other parents. Hindi po sa chismisan, but of course, para po sa learning ng ating mga anak. And then, be flexible, changes do happen. Kaya nga po sabi ko sa inyo, we are in the premature stage of implementing this kind of modality. So I just hope that, maging flexible po tayo. There may be errors that will come along the way. Tingnan po natin paano tayo makakatulong sa isa't isa. Okay? So homeschool is a new scenario for many. Don't be too hard on yourself. Huwag naman po masyadong hard sa inyong sarili. Ang ending po niyan ay makukurot niyo po ang inyong mga anak. Kasi gusto niya perfect ang mga scores nila. No? Just let them learn. Let your children learn in their own way, maging independent sila by nature. And of course, tingnan nyo ano ba yung natural interest ng inyong mga anak. So if your child is really engaged and self-driven on certain topics, schedule these topics during times where you can take a mental break and focus on their work, on other work. Okay? And of course, if you want to have mas magagandang mga learning activities, the internet is always there for you. You can find online resources for worksheets and additional activity supplementaries. I know Vibal has it also. You can check the Facebook page of Vibal so that you can check that there are also supplementary from Vibal, and then there are online quizzes and focus items. With that, thank you very much for attending this webinar. Here's my email address that you can send messages if you have questions or private messages that you want to ask. If you want to invite me also, you can also have my messenger is there. This is my picture in my Facebook, so you can also send me questions or information about your school. I think I will be ending my discussion there. Hello, going back. Okay, so I will be checking. Okay. Okay, there's a question here from Ma'am Naomi Villanueva. Hi po, Ma'am. Do you have any suggestion for us parents who are handling toddlers, working and taking MA at the same time? I think you understand me so much. Thank you and God bless po. Sa panahon po ngayon, actually sa lahat ng grade level, ang pinaka-challenging po ay yung sa toddlers, sa elementary. I think pinaka-importante po may scheduling. Scheduling po kasi yung pinaka-importante po dito eh. You have your own schedule even if you're taking your MA. For me, I'm taking my PhD. May time talaga naka-establish. So let's say, ang ginagawa ko po kasi from pagkagising ko, syempre, household chores muna tayo, yung mga bagay-bagay na pinagagawa po muna natin as parent, naglilinis ng bahay, nagluluto. So yung muna yung inuuna ko, and then, saka po ako mag-schedule sa mga anak ko, nakaligo na sila para fresh sila pag tinuruan ko. And then, saka po ko gumagawa sa hapon ng aking naman po mga requirements for my studies. So, ganun po yung ginagawa ko. So, really, it is a matter of giving ample time for your kids na magkaroon kayo ng schedule. Schedule is very important dito sa ano. So that the kids also, they know that by this time, kailangan naka-ready na sila for activities, if they need to extend. Kasi from the schedule na naka-establish, na nakakasunod din yung mga bata, ano ba yung mga kailangan nilang gawin kapag may homeschooling na sila, kapag may mga learning activities na rin silang gagawin. I hope I answer your question. I think my answer there is schedule. The importance of schedule and time for your kids to have their homeschooling. No, ito. Sir, I do not know. Pauline Pedro, question po, do I need to force my 4-year-old child to finish all the requirements, or what kind of motivation would you suggest I could do to my daughter? Thank you and good evening po. It is from Pauline Pedro. Hindi po. Siyempre, hindi po natin i-force. Kaya nga po sabi natin, don't be too hard on yourself. Lalo po sa mga bata na 4 years old, ang stage po niyan ay playful pa po sila. Nasa stage pa sila na kailangan ang i-build up natin is socialization, and of course ay ma-establish nila yung masarap mag-aral. Okay? If we're going to force them, then magkakaroon sila ng mindset na mahirap palang mag-aral, ayoko nang mag-aral. Kasi from the early stage ay na-force na agad sila. So it is really very important that you start with just very simple. I know ang mga schools din naman po ay they are not going to give you a very hard tasks for your kids or learning activities. Usually yan may colors, may mga kakanta po sila. Ganun lang po sa 4 years old. No forcing of kids po. Pag ganito pong stage, we need to establish a good a positive vibe for our kids para mahalin po nila yung pag-aaral, ang learning. I hope I answer also your question. Okay, ito po yung kanina ko pa pong sinasabi. From Miss Rachelina Aquino. Hello po. Hi ma'am, madam. Do you suggest parents to involve ourselves in their assessments? Concerns of teachers are always our involvement in assessment. We are at home, and syempre ma'am, we are seeing our children study. Thank you po. Okay. Yung towards the end of yung fourth quarter po ng mga anak ko sa school nila, nag-online learning na po kami, nag-distance learning na po kami kasi nga inabot kami, late kasi yung start ng school year namin. And then nagkaroon kami ng fourth quarter namin na naka-distance learning yung approach. So siguro ang sa akin po kasi hindi ko talaga sila tinuruan ng sagot. What I did is that pag may mga questions lang sila along the way, kasi tinuruan ko muna sila bago ko i-discuss. Kasi ang siguro pinaka-importante sa lahat is turuan nyo pong maging independent learners ang mga anak nyo. Sa akin po kasi, kung reader na po ang anak niya, I do not know, Ma'am Rachelina Aquino, if your child is already a reader, hayaan niyo po silang basahin muna yung pinapagawa ni teacher. Huwag niyo po muna siyang pagbasa, huwag niyo siyang ikaw ang magbasa sa kanya. Much better if you let them read the passage or kung ano man yung learning activity na pinapagawa. And then kapag may, Mami, ano po to? Mami, what is this? What are you going to do with this one? So saka lang po kayo papasok as parent. Hindi po yung automatic kayo ng lahat. No. The best way is for them to be independent learners. So wag niyo po agad sila involvement in assessments, hindi ko kasi talaga sila tinutuan ng sagot. Kung meron silang, syempre, kung may mga medyo na dito sila sa instruction, dun lang po ako kasi baka kaya lang sila nagkamali, it's because they misunderstood the instruction. Ganun lang po ako pumapasok. Pero sa involvement ng assessment, kasi pagkatapos nun, pag naipasa nyo na, tapos nalaman nyo yung sagot, saka nyo explain sa mga anak nyo, sa anak mo na, ay, alam mo kung bakit ka nagkamali dito. Sa tingin mo, bakit ka mali dito sa item ito. That's it. Kasi otherwise, kasi na-defeat natin. Kasi ang mahalaga po kasi dito is ma-acquire nila yung learning competencies. Hindi something about the score. But I know there are parents na very after sa honor and all. I understand. Naiintindihan ko po yun. Pero at least kasi ay assistance lang po talaga tayo as parent. Okay? May mga questions pa po ba? Okay? Hello also to my family, nandiyan yung mga nanonood. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Vibal, again. I think I am going to end. So again, sabi ko nga po sa inyo, let us work hand in hand. This is not a question of who has the biggest task to do in this new normal, the new now, but it is a question of how we're going to help each other in order for our students to learn to achieve the learning competencies or to acquire the learning competencies that were given to them. So with that, I'm going to end my webinar. Thank you very much, and God bless all of you. Thank you.